I'm so excited for tonight. I have been looking forward to this for weeks now. How was last week, guys? I mean, I want to hear in the chat box, what are some takeaways? If you watched Janalee or if you were able to watch the recording on YouTube, she was so amazing. This is why I love doing what we do. We get to hear these beautiful stories that just inspire us. And guys, I just want to take a minute before we, before I share my thoughts here, I'm going to make sure everybody's up to date with Zoom, right? For those that are Zooming for the first time. So if at the bottom of your screen you see where it says chat, you can go ahead and start chatting in the side box and just let us know what you got from last week, or maybe where you're calling from, what you're learning, what you're applying. If you have any questions tonight while Cayla's talking, you can share those questions in the chat and we'll make sure we're watching that. All right, so with that being said, and one other thing, the top right view, if you want to see Cayla nice and big and bold and beautiful, you can click on speaker view, or you can watch the Brady Bunch view with what it is now. All right. All right, guys. So I have had a phenomenal week, like full of so much gratitude for this company. And I want to see some arms up if you're with me here. Like, my heart is so full for our corporate staff, for what our owners are doing, for what our executive team is constantly doing for us, for the leaders in this incredible company that continue to show up and pour into one another. Cayla is just one example of one team, how we all come together and really just help each other, inspire each other, and teach one another what we're doing, right? So with that being said, guys, I've just had some really amazing experiences. You know, I'm not sharing my story tonight. You guys are blessed to hear Cayla, but the last 4 years has been such a journey. And I know that all of us can say that, right? Whether you started 10 years ago or this last year. It's such a journey when you start taking care of yourself really for the first time. And when you start dreaming again and raising that ceiling and realizing there really is no ceiling. When you can start dreaming again, and then that leads into a personal development and just making changes continually every single day. And I'm just so grateful for this entire process, like so grateful, not just for the financial success and, you know, the physical results we get, but from just the whole process, right? I'm grateful for it all. So I do want to introduce Cayla to you guys just by sharing a few things about her. But I just need to tell you that the biggest thing I could tell you about her is just this heart that she has. Like, the second I met her, I just felt like immediately just bonded to this woman. She wears her heart on her sleeve. She's so genuine, so compassionate, and just such a light to us all. And when I messaged her to do this, it was an immediate yes. And that's the kind of leader she is. So what you guys might not know about her, and I'm just going to go through quickly because I want her to share her story. Are you guys okay with like a deep dive into the Cayla Craft story? Are you guys good with that? Because I'm super excited about it. All right. Cayla was an ER nurse. She's a mom of 3. She's the founder of Mommy Millionaire Podcast. Cool, right? And I didn't even know this about you, Cayla. Like, why are you holding back? Everybody knows now she is the founder of Mommy Millionaire Podcast. She's a 9-star platinum, 6-star crystal executive. And I will tell you right now that the title, as incredible as that is, it does not even start to show what she has accomplished in the lives that she has changed. All right, Cayla, so I'm going to turn it over to you. And I got my book out here ready to take some mad notes here. All right, can you mute yourself? Yep.
Got it. Yay! Hi, everybody. Thank you for that amazing introduction. You know what? And it's funny that you say that I wear my heart on my sleeve, because it wasn't always that way. And, you know, Isagenix has really done that to me. So I just want to first of all say thank you guys for having me, and just, you know, acknowledge every single one of you guys that got on this call tonight. It just shows that you want to grow and that you want to move your business forward, and that it is just super, super important to you to take your life to the next level. Oh my gosh, and I see Janny Elo is on. Oh, I love my Janny. So thanks you guys for being on. And I'm going to make it short and sweet, but I am going to be very vulnerable with you and tell you guys what it really takes to build an Isagenix business. And you guys will not hear this from the stage, but I will tell you here and now, the real stuff, okay? Because that's how I am. So when I got started 6.5 years ago, you guys, I did it purely just to use the products. And my sponsor that got me started got me on a phone call with Janny Elo because, you know, Janny was moving and shaking. And Janny is also known as the millionaire maker in Isagenix because she has so many millionaires on her team. And you know, she got on the phone and was just like breathing life into me. And I had no idea who this amazing lady was, but she just told me I could be a millionaire. And I was like, okay, I never met you before, but if you're telling me that, I'll believe you. What do I have to do? And every time I wanted to quit, I just remember Janny being like, you know, no, it's going to happen. I promise. If you give me 2 years, you'll be a millionaire in Isagenix. I'm like, okay. So that's the beginning of my journey, is just, you know, having somebody in my corner just saying I could do it. You know, Janny didn't have to explain the compensation plan to me. She didn't have to pull me along. She didn't have to really explain. She never explained a product to me one time, you guys. All she had to do was say, I believe in you. And that's what I needed. I needed somebody in my corner just saying that you could do this. And that's all that this Isagenix business is, you guys, is breathing life into people and telling them that you believe in them. Because for most of their life, they've had nobody believe in them, you know, and they've had, you know, just struggle after struggle after struggle come at them. And they just need like a glimmer of hope, and that you are that glimmer of hope. And you have this amazing vehicle in your hand, so don't overcomplicate it. Sometimes we think we need to recreate new systems, and we need to recreate these trainings, and we need to like figure out a way to motivate people. I'm telling you right now, if you spend your time working on that, you're going to just like dig yourself into the sand. Like, it's not going to work, and you're going to burn out, and you're going to get frustrated, and you're going to want to quit. And the moment that my business became all about breathing life into other people and just encouraging them and loving them, that is when my business started to grow. And that's when I wanted to stop. Like, I wanted to keep going. I didn't want to quit anymore. And, you know, I don't ever want to quit because it feels so good to help people. And knowing that we have just something like Isagenix, you know, the last 6 years, I've spent a lot of time comparing Isagenix to other companies, especially their compensation plans, because I wanted to know that, like, if I'm going to tell people, like, to build a legacy with me, I want to make sure that, like, this really is a legacy company and that there's not something better out there. And I'm telling you guys, there's nothing better out there. Isagenix has the best compensation plan. We have the best founders in the company. And guys, like, there are not founders out there like that of other network marketing companies. So we should be just extremely grateful. And I have a little story to share with you guys. When I first got started, Kelly Dickerhuff, who was my upline, she told me to come to Celebration in San Diego. And it was in 2011. And I got to go on a yacht. Janny was there, and Cindy Hedges. And we got to go on a yacht with Jim and Kathy Cooper. And we literally sat at the table with Jim and Kathy. And I had only been in Isagenix for like a month, you guys. Like, I was just running for executive. And Jim sat across from me. He was like, oh, yeah. I mean, he was just like a genuine, like, he felt like my dad or something like that. Like, he was just so genuine. And he was like, well, if you hit executive this weekend, we'll get you a crystal. This was when they had a gala, and you used to get a crystal executive award, and you walked across the stage. He's like, if you hit executive this weekend, we'll make sure that you get your crystal executive award. I mean, what kind of founder does that? Like, it's just like, I knew at that moment in time, I was like, this is the right company. Like, I have no idea what the heck I'm doing, but like, I'm going to go and make some consultants really quick. And so I did it. I hit executive. I didn't end up being able to go to the gala. But it was just that little extra nudge I needed. And, you know, that's the kind of company that we're in, you guys. And that's what keeps me going every time that like stuff gets hard, is knowing how hard Jim and Kathy work to make this company a legacy company. And so that's my little like 2 cents about like the beginning of my journey. And it wasn't always like rainbows and sunshine. It was very hard. And I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I did to build a business. And hopefully you guys will take some of it and put it into action, because I don't want you guys to just sit here and be inspired by me, because I can inspire you all day long. What I want you to do is feel empowered to leave this call and take action on your dreams, okay? Because there is enough available for everybody on this call to make over $1 million a year in Isagenix. There's so much abundance out there. Like, every single one of you guys can have the ability to make it happen. You have to work on your mindset first. And so when I first got started in Isagenix, you guys, I ran to get all these people started with me. None of my friends and family wanted to join me. They all thought I was crazy. I had friends unfriend me on Facebook. I stopped getting invited to play dates from people at my church. I was like ghosted by people, you guys. And the only friends I had were my friends in Isagenix. And that was why I wanted to quit. And I don't know if any of you guys have ever felt alone like that, but that's how I felt. And that's why I always I had just like that, I just want a community. And so I really dug into our Facebook groups, and I made friends with people all over the US that were building an Isagenix business that weren't even financially connected to me, but they, they were at the same level I was, and we just hung on to each other. And now all three of us are millionaires in Isagenix. And so there's just a power in community. So I know that if you are not feeling supported right now, you don't need your upline to help you. You don't need to hire a coach in network marketing to help you feel supported, okay? What you need is just to cling to the people that are on this call right now and lock arms with them and keep each other accountable to your dreams. Because, it's just, when the going gets tough, you need to be able to call somebody and just be like, I'm having a hard day. I got 10 no's today. And, I want to give up. And that person's going to say, wait, no, remember, you want to do this in 2019. You're not going to give up on yourself. Let's keep going. So support is everything. And what else I did to build my business was I just came up with, Janny told me, if I followed this matrix, and it's called the 3x3x3. And some of you guys may have heard it. I see Denise nodding her head. Yes, right. We've probably all heard this before. And it was, to reach out to 3 people a day. And so I would get on Facebook and I would message people until all hours of the night, asking them to take a look at our products. And you guys, that doesn't work anymore. Newsflash. So it worked for me when I built my business. That's literally how I built it, was messaging people on Facebook and asking them to take a look. Shamelessly, literally everybody on my friends list, and friend requesting all these crazy people. I was that crazy person, but that's what worked for me, and it no longer works. So if you're currently doing that, change gears, because it's not going to work for you. Okay. And I'll teach you what's working right now to build an Isagenix business. But I know Trisha wants me to tell you guys the nitty gritty of what I did. And so I did it all the wrong way, and that's why I lost friends, you guys. So there was a reason why I was getting ghosted. It was because I was so obsessed with Isagenix. That's all I wanted to talk about. And that's all I was talking about on Facebook. And I was not doing that whole curiosity marketing thing. No. And if I saw anybody drinking coffee, I was like, something's wrong with you. You need to get on an Isagenix class right now, okay? And that's just what I did. And you guys, it did work, but it wouldn't work in today's day and age, because there's so many other network marketing. Network marketing is cool now. Back then, it wasn't cool. So it was I had a lot coming against me, and I was my own worst enemy. So my first year, you guys, I got a lot of people started, just because there's power in numbers, and that's something you want to write down. There's power in numbers. So if you get 20 no's, it's okay. A yes is coming. A yes is coming, and inevitably it will come. So talk to a lot of people. That's why every time I'm going out, I'm always talking to people. I'm always meeting new people. I'm adding them on Instagram, I'm adding them on Facebook. But now I just have a different approach. I don't talk to them about Isagenix, at all, right? Because I want to keep them curious about what it is that I'm doing. How does she have this great lifestyle? Or, why is she so happy all the time? I want them to end up asking me. And we'll teach you about how to do that. But that's what I did, was just, enrolled a lot of people, and then getting people excited. It wasn't hard, because you want to know why? Because I was excited. And that's what this is. It's leader. When you become a leader in Isagenix, It's just you influencing people. And I was easily influencing people because I was passionate and I was enthusiastic about Isagenix, the products, and my future. And so that's contagious. And if you're not excited about what's coming next in Isagenix for yourself and for the company and for the people that you're bringing in, like, good luck. It's not going to happen for you. You know, you need to find a way that every time Isagenix comes up in your life, like, it's an instant change of like tone in your face, and like people can see that. I don't care. You don't have to have my bubbly personality, but people need to tell a difference in you when you're speaking about Isagenix rather than when you're speaking about mashed potatoes. Like, it needs to be different. Okay. There needs to be like something different there. And so that's what happened. I was just so excited that people followed along, you guys, and I didn't lose the excitement. It was like going. Like, I'm so excited. My first year I made 6 figures and I lost it all, you guys. I spent every single dime and had nothing to show for it. Like, I didn't invest it. Like, I just spent it all. And I was like, what happened to this money? Like, if I'm going to make more, if I'm going to rank advance to 4-star, I have got to like work on this money mindset. And so I read Secrets of a Millionaire Mind and realized that I had a really jacked up money mindset. And I was comfortable with struggling with money. And so I had to fix that struggle and really get clear on what I wanted for my life. And so that's what I did. And it was really hard because I had to get down to some deep rooted issues of my childhood. And, you know, some of you guys don't want to deal with that, but if you don't deal with that, you're not going to be able to move forward. And so why is it so comfortable for you to struggle with money? And for me, it was because that's what I'd always known. And my safety mechanism was like, you know, just always being in control. And, I was basically a hot mess. And once I realized that, you know, I could really be in control of my future and that nobody could just sweep the rug out underneath me, that I really could be in control of my destiny. And I started rank advancing. I rank advanced very, very quickly, but it was a whole process, you guys, and it was very painful because I grew up in a very unstable environment. My dad was in jail. And my mom married somebody that was like, it was just not an unhealthy marriage. So I lived my life every single day in fear. And that was just fear was comfortable to me. So if that makes any sense, and some of you guys are nodding, like you get what that means. It gets comfortable, like you like being scared because that's all that you know. And it's comfortable to struggle. And so you'll sometimes self-sabotage because of that. And that's what I was doing. I was self-sabotaging all this money that I was making. And that wasn't a good leader and an influencer. So I had to change that. And so what I did to work on that, you guys, was I had to do a lot of personal development. And I looked basically at that little girl who was 7 years old, who was very scared. I literally got a picture of her, you guys. It's her. It's me. And I still have this picture. It's actually in my underwear drawer. So I look at it every single day. And I tell the 7-year-old Cayla that she's going to be okay. And that it's, you know, that you're fine. That you were a victim. None of that stuff should have happened to you in your childhood. But you're better now. And God has given this amazing vehicle that will set your, you know, destiny up and your kids' legacy. They're never going to have to struggle with money. And so it's okay. Like you're not in control of Cayla's mind anymore. Like 30-year-old Cayla is in control of Cayla's mind now. And so you can sit back here, but you're not going to self-sabotage anymore. We know that you're up here in the head and you have all these, you know, like thoughts and fears, but we're not going to be controlled by fear anymore. That's not how you're going to live your life. You're going to live your life on purpose and thinking forward towards the future. And so I look at the picture of little Cayla every single day to remind myself and remind little Cayla that it's all good and that you have an amazing vehicle in your hands called Isagenix. And we're working every day to help more people get that vehicle in their hands. Because there's a lot of scared people out there, and it may be you on the call today, that, you know, you're still controlling your life as a 7-year-old little girl that was hurt. And so you do things to self-sabotage. You know, you don't make the sales calls, or you know, you get all up in your head and you actually care about what people think and you live your life by other people's opinions, because you're still acting like a little girl, even though you may have matured in other ways, but you're still controlled by that little girl's fears. And so, you know, you have to wrap your brain around. You guys should already be maxing out the compensation plan, right? But you let fear hold you back because I don't know why. You know, all of us have different things. And, you know, you got to be shameless. When you're building a business in Isagenix, it's like ripping a Band-Aid off. You rip the Band-Aid off real quick, okay? But when you slowly take it off and you get it off hair by hair, it freaking hurts way worse. So you want to do it quickly and just get it out of the way. And the way that you do it quickly is you get a large team to do all the same things at all the same time, and you build up momentum. And when you're building a network marketing business, sometimes it's like this. It's like you're pushing a car up a hill, and it's really, really hard while you're grabbing all the people and you're getting everybody enrolled, and they're all grabbing their double BIVs, and you're going 1-star, 2-star, and you're pushing everybody up the hill. And then you get to 7-star, right? And you're cycling hill. And then you literally push the car down the mountain and your business starts to freaking soar. And you don't have to do anything anymore because your team is doing everything. That's how it is in network marketing. It's really, really, really hard. But if you can keep pushing that car up the hill, then it's going to be in momentum and it's going to be flying without you. And that's what my business looks like now. Is there's literally so many leaders that I can't keep up with them. How many people make 6 figures on my team? I don't even know all of them personally. That's an incredible thing when your business is that stable. And I'm so thankful every single day that I didn't give up and that I didn't let the little girl self-sabotage and that I worked on my money mindset. So power in numbers, you guys. Talk to every single person that you see. I went to fitness classes every single day. I still go to fitness classes. I just moved cities, and that's how I've met all my new friends is I'm going to fitness classes, going to different ones all over the place so I can get all different types of groups of people in my life. Going to Toastmasters so you can work on your communication, because if you want to be a network marketer, you have to be a good communicator. And I learned that early on, that the person with the mic makes the most money. And so I went to Toastmasters and learned how to speak in front of people, because before that, I really couldn't speak in front of people at all. And so if you're not in a Toastmasters group, get into a Toastmasters group. There's ones all over the world. It's completely international, and you can get speaking experience and you can network at the same time, because actually you can pick your speeches. You can get up there, and every time I got up there, I would do a speech on Isagenix. And so everybody wants to know, what's Isagenix? What is this thing that you're talking about where you can make financial freedom? What is that? Let me tell you. Okay, so it's a great way to network. You kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I don't like traditional networking events. They're painful. But something like that where I'm going to learn at the same time and grow, I'm all about that. And so that's what I did. There's also an app that I'm using right now since I just moved to a different city. It's called Bumble Friends, and it's there's a dating app, but then there's also a friends part. So you can go and meet friends if you're looking, and it literally says on there, you say what you're looking for. You say, like, I'm looking for somebody that's like-minded, that's into personal growth, that likes to go hiking. And then, like, you literally swipe right to, like, make a friend. And you meet up with these people on Bumble. Okay, it's amazing. I've done it twice and went on a hike with people just to start growing my network here. So there's always ways to grow your network, and your net worth is directly equivalent to your net work. Okay, so constantly be working on growing your network. How can I meet more people? And always look, how can this be a win-win relationship? How can you add value to the other person's life? Not by you don't always want to look, how can I get this person to sign up for Isagenix? No, it's how can I add value to this person's life? And then they're going to want to sign up on Isagenix because they're going to see this is just a little tip of me, right? And that's how you got to roll. Always be looking, how do you add value to people's lives, okay? What else about my story? I'm trying to think that what else did I do? Fitness classes. And then another thing that we always did, you guys, to grow our business, and this is why I'm so excited that Isagenix is finally doing it, like from a corporate standpoint, is the Belly Buster Challenge. So we did challenges all the time. It would be like an 11-day challenge, 11-day detox, bedtime belly buster. We would do a 30-day jumpstart group we would have all these different challenges to get a group of enrollments all at the same time. And then it makes coaching people very easy. And now we have the Isagenix app, so everything is like way easier. But back then it was like a lot more work, but now Isagenix is doing so much of the work for us. I'm so thankful. But do challenge groups and you become a leader. And so if nobody, you know, in your upline is doing it, you do it. You create the group. You create all the info and make it fun and exciting. But that's why, I mean, Isagenix is doing the Bedtime Belly Buster for us with this little book. It's going to be absolutely amazing. But market and talk about it all the time. So do you guys want to get some social media tips from me? Because that's primarily how I've built my business. Okay. So first of all, if you're not doing a Facebook Live right now, you need to be doing Facebook Lives. And I'm going to tell you why, okay? And actually, you guys can all go to mommymillionaire.co, and I'll put it right here. And this is completely free. If you guys go here, and right up at the top, you can get my free branding guide. And it'll help you find your avatar, okay? And so an avatar is like your target audience. Okay, so you know exactly who you're talking to, because just raise your hand because I'm looking at all of you guys. How many of you guys want to post on social media, but you don't know what to post? Sometimes you just like, okay, I see lots of hands, right? It's because you're not clear on who you're talking to. And Isagenix, the people up on stage, you know, corporate, they don't want to tell you to like target people, but you need to target people. That is what works, okay? They want to say, talk to everybody. And, you know, I do that in life, but on social media, you need to be very clear on who you're talking to. And so my girl, my Isagenix avatar is a girl named Ashley, and she's 33 years old. She lives in San Diego. She loves to have people over at her house. She has blonde hair. She loves makeup. She loves to go hiking. She loves Pilates, and she loves to eat healthy, and she, you know, really likes her kids to be involved in sports and be around other kids. Okay, I know everything about Ashley. So every time I go to post on social media, I'm talking to Ashley. I don't care about anybody else out there in the world. Every time I'm going to do an Insta story, every time I'm going to do a Facebook Live, I am talking directly to Ashley. Like, I'm like, what's up, girl? Like, here's my blog. Ashley loves me because I'm constantly giving her value. And so when you get very clear on who you're talking to, it's easy to create content for that person. And people buy things from people that they know, like, and trust, okay? And so because I'm constantly adding value to Ashley's life, after a couple months of watching me on social media, she then wants to come and work with me because she sees that I add so much value to her life and I took nothing from her, right? And so she comes to me. So that is how social media works. If you know who you're talking to, you're constantly giving out value, and it's not just about Isagenix. You don't have to worry about, like, you know, saying the wrong thing, because your target audience is going to love everything that you say because you know exactly what problems they have. And so I know that Ashley is a busy nurse and she doesn't have time to meal prep. And so I'm constantly showing, well, this is how easy my breakfast was today. Made the kids 30-second shakes. Let's go. And I'm not talking directly and saying, hey, you know, buy this shake from me. I'm just showing, like, oh, all the kids, we drank shakes this morning. It was a quick lunch today. I didn't have time. I love that I can whip this bad boy up in 30 seconds. Constantly talking in Ashley's language. And so if you know who your avatar is and you know what kind of problems they have, you can constantly be selling the problem that you solve. And that's all you're doing on social media, is you're showing what problems you can solve in other people's lives. Social media is not, if you want to build a business and you want to skyrocket, social media is not a place that you're going to go and like post cute pictures of your kids and hope your relatives see. Like, it's now a business, right? So everything I post, like, my mom gets mad all the time. She's like, why don't you post any pictures of the kids? I'm like, Mom, like, text me if you want some pictures, but you're not going to see it on social media because it's business for me. It's just all business. Every time I post, it's business. It's not personal whatsoever. Like, some of my friends, they like, you know, my real friends are like, no, like, I'm going to unfollow you. I was like, whatever, bye. But, you know, I'm posting for my Ashley because I'm constant, and I'm being authentic. I'm being who I am, but I know exactly what I need to say to Ashley. And so my messaging is very clear. Okay. And so when you're coming up on a Facebook Live, it doesn't have to be how you make a shake. You know, you could do that and show how quick it is, but, you know, you can also do fun other things that are going to add value to your avatar's life. You know, sometimes, like, I'll unbox like a makeup kit I did. because Ashley loves that. Or I'll show how I'm putting on my makeup and talk to her at the same time because Ashley loves that. And so it makes it fun, and it actually makes it way easier because you're like talking to this fake person that doesn't really exist, but she does, right? And it's kind of funny, but it makes it just so fun. So social media, Facebook Lives are where it's at, okay? And then on to Instagram, you want to post once a day a picture. And the thing about Instagram is this, is that when you post a photo, you want to tag other brands in your photo. Okay, so every time whatever I'm wearing, I'm going to tag that brand. And then whatever city I am in, I'm going to tag like everything I can about that city. So like right now I live in Newport Beach, so I'm tagging like live Newport Beach magazine, like everything, okay? Because that way, if somebody goes to those people's Instagrams, they go into their tagged photos, I'm going to pop up. And because my photo, they might go, oh, like she has good content, I'm going to follow her. And so that's how you organically grow a following and bring on those avatars, okay? Bring on those right people that you want in your business, okay? And another thing is like hashtags. Like I know a lot of people overthink the hashtags, okay? But right now, I have 2 full-time employees that do my marketing for me, you guys, because this is my full-time job now, okay? And so they are always going to, like we pay for them to go to conferences, and like they are the ones that even post for me, like my photos and everything on Instagram, because I've built up the financial freedom in order to do that. So I want you to think about, for yourself, minimum baseline activity. You guys may not be at the level that I'm at right now, and you're going to get there one day, okay? But think about, what can you do consistently? Like what can you commit to? So if you can commit to posting once a day on Instagram, that's amazing. And maybe right now you can commit to just tagging brands in your photos to make it easy, okay? But if you can't commit to doing the right hashtags, then just do 3 or 4 hashtags, and just do the same 3 or 4 hashtags when you post your caption, okay? Don't overthink it, because the thing about hashtags is they're constantly changing and they're constantly getting shadow banned. And so if you don't have people like studying that for you, and if you don't have time to study that, don't overwhelm yourself. Minimum baseline activity works like this, you guys. If you want to start working out, you want to get really toned, but you haven't been really good at following through with your commitments, what makes you think that you're going to do that in your business? You got to start small and realize that you can honor your commitments and get confident at that, and then add more on, okay? So if right now you're like, I do not have time to do anything, I'm telling you right now, focus. People are on Instagram and Facebook Live. So pick one of the 2 to focus on and do it, okay? And, like just give yourself a little bit of time. Just say like, okay, I'm going to post every single day on Instagram, every day for 30 days. And that's my minimum baseline activity. Maybe I don't do any hashtags at all, but maybe I just post consistently every single day. And then after you do that for 30 days, then go, oh, I did it. Oh my gosh, I'm amazing. I could follow through on my commitment. Now, these next 30 days, you know what? I'm going to post a picture every single day on Instagram, and I'm going to tag brands in my photos so I can organically grow. And then you do that 30 days, and then you add on. So show yourself that you can honor your commitments, but don't overwhelm yourself, because you're setting yourself up for failure when you do that, okay? So figure out, what can I realistically do? And if it's not that you can post on Instagram every day, then, stick to doing stick to doing Facebook Lives, because Instagram is not going to help you if you're not posting every single day, because you're not going to show up on the algorithm, okay? So Facebook Live is where it's at for you. If that's all you can commit to, you can grow an amazing freaking business doing Facebook Lives, okay? So I think that's it with social media. Do you guys have any questions about that?
Kayla?
Yes.
Can you go ahead and talk about for a few minutes your Facebook Lives? Because I know they're going to have questions on content and how to do that.
Yes, absolutely, I will. Okay, so I love Denise's point about practice in the mirror first, because that is all I did when I first started my business, is I was practice everything in the mirror. Before I would do a 3-way call, before I would do a presentation, I would practice in the mirror because then I could see if my face got excited when I talked about something, or if I looked like this and I was like upset or whatever. But it helped bring confidence. Practice always brings confidence, and you don't want to practice on real people. You practice in the mirror. So with the Facebook Live, I wish I could show you guys, but I have this big, huge Post-it board, and I just got it on Amazon, the big, huge Post-it board. And what I do is I make bullet points about what I want to discuss on my Facebook Live. So that way I don't get off topic, because I don't want to waste people's time. That's the worst thing. If you waste people's time on Facebook Live, they're not going to tune into you again. And so you always want to bring the value. So I'm one that can tend to ramble. So like even right now, I have bullet points up here of what I want to talk about with you guys. And it's just boom, 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 boom. This is what I want to cover. And it's not scripted. It's just points. Okay. Now, when I first got started doing Facebook Lives, I did a lot of healthy cooking type of stuff. And it helped me get I know, everybody loves that and everybody wants that to come back, but it's not coming back. I'm like hiring a private chef status, okay? Like I'm overcooking right now in my life. So anyway, but do what you're comfortable with. And that's why I did cooking, was because I was something I was very passionate about at the time. And my Ashley, again, my avatar, loves eating healthy. And so I was showing her all these amazing fun health hacks like bone broth and a healthy hot chocolate and like fun. I mean, those were my most popular videos, and they still are my most popular videos that have been shared. And I've gotten, you guys, that's all of my enrollments for the last 2 years have come from Facebook Live videos, from them being shared, me sharing it on my fan page. It's crazy. So pick something that you're comfortable with, you know. And if you love sewing, I mean, for example, let's say you love sewing. Well, the people that you probably attract in your business will probably love the same thing that you love. And so when you fill out my branding questionnaire, you'll see that the person that you're trying to attract is somebody that's probably a lot like you, but you're probably just a couple steps ahead of them. And so let's say, for instance, you like sewing, get on and talk about sewing. Like I will never watch a video about sewing, but somebody will. If you're passionate about it, that's what you should be talking about, because you can see you're going to attract the right people into your business. Okay. So just adding value. It doesn't, and don't overthink it. You're having a conversation. So it's you getting on and you're being yourself. So what I first did, and this was wrong, right? I would get on and I acted like I had my own news segment. And I was like, hello and welcome to the Cayla Show. And, you know, and people were like, God, she sounds so not genuine. And nobody wanted like it wasn't good, okay? But then the moment I just got on there and I'm like sharing my story and struggling, like, well, I came up with bone broth because my son had eczema, and you know, this is something that's worked for us. And so it instantly, and I shared one of my struggles, it made people find something in common with me. And so instantly they trust me and they want to listen to more of what I'm saying. So if you start your Facebook Live out with a story, that's a great way for somebody to connect with you. And so just be personal about it and realize that it's just me and you having a conversation. Even if 500 people are tuning in, you're still just talking to one person. And that's what makes Facebook Lives so effective. And you're just like, you don't have to put on a certain voice. Like I have a coaching voice, and that's okay. Like I'll turn on the coaching voice like I am right now, but you don't want to turn on like the newscaster voice, because nobody likes the newscaster voice anymore. Like it's gone, right? So just have your normal voice. And people love that about you. So, you know, have the bullet points. If you don't have a ring light, I mean, you can get into that. I don't want to overwhelm you, but ring lights are great. Or just think about some type of lighting. Like if you're in a dark room, like I'm probably going to scroll on by because it hurts my eyes to look at something dark. I know that sounds weird, but we're wired to look at bright things. So we like the light, right? That's why we're attracted to bright personalities and light personalities, because we're wired that way. And so same way aesthetically, like I want it to be light when I'm looking at you. You know, like Denise, your lighting is great right now, right? Look at her. I love you. And so anyways, we're going to watch that, okay? Trisha, your lighting is good too. So, so get a ring light. I mean, and then you just get on and you want to make it, you know, it used to be that they wanted them to be 45 minutes long. And you could do that. And like people that I know that have, you know, 100,000 followers or whatever, they do. They get on there and they go on for like an hour. And I just personally can't do that. Like, I'm never going to sit and watch somebody's Facebook Live that's 45 minutes. Like, there's no way I'm going to do that. But 10 minutes, I feel like I will do that, especially if you're keeping value. I will do that. And so you just need to know who your avatar is. If you're sewing an Afghan and you know that your person's going to stay on with an hour for you while you knit that thing, then do it. You know, if your watches the cat videos on Facebook, and they're probably going to sit there and watch you do your 45-minute video, and that's totally okay. So just figure out exactly who you're talking to, and then it's going to become crystal clear what you're going to be saying in these Facebook Live messages, but always bring the value. And the most valuable stuff out there, you guys, is your story. And so just sharing parts of your story with Isagenix, you know, sharing like, gosh, you know, I used to struggle so much with my weight, and I love how this now, you know, share parts of it. You don't have to give the whole enchilada, but share bits and pieces here and there, and let people into why you are so obsessed with personal development and why you're so obsessed with taking your life to the next level. Like, let them know why. You know, like the more I shared my struggle as a child, the more people understand why I am so driven. You know, they understand it now. And so now they don't make me wrong for it. They're like, they want to help me more. And so you just have to let people into your life more. Does that help with the Facebook Lives? I have a ring light. Yay.
It does. There was a question somebody asked. They wanted to know if you had a personal profile or a professional page.
Yes. Okay. And I love this question. I have both. But what I'll tell you right now is that Facebook and Instagram both, they want you to pay to play. And so if you don't have marketing money, like a marketing budget to spend on getting your posts out there, do not even, you can open up a fan page just to have it, and it'd be like a business card for you basically. So what I do is I have my Instagram, every time I post on Instagram, it automatically posts to my Facebook fan page. I don't go live on my Facebook fan page anymore at all, because I'm all into organic marketing and not spending any money on getting myself out there, because I believe us as women can lift each other up and share each other's stuff, and we can build something great. And so I don't want to spend any money on my marketing budget when it can be free. So the fan page just realized that. And the same goes for Instagram. Like, you've got to pay to play. They want you, like, once they realize you're a business, you're not going to show up on people's algorithms. You can have the best posts and you can have the best Facebook Live, but they want you, if you want to be seen, like, you're going to have to spend at least $100 a week to be seen. And I'm like, no. So personal page, every time you do a Facebook Live, start it off with saying, you know what, hey, like, if you have any friends that love to sew, share this video to your page, because then your friends can see this and I can teach them a great technique. I don't know why I'm using this sewing example, but I am, okay? So always say that in the beginning, say it in the middle, say it at the end, and the way that you remember to say it is by putting it up at your bullet points. Remember to share this video. If you don't have time to watch it, share this video to your page right now. I mean, that's how you get shared. So the personal page is amazing because people can share. And now they have the follow feature, so people can follow you even if you've reached your max friends on there. So hopefully that helps. That's a really great question.
That is a great question. So last question, Cayla, because I know how busy you are. As you started building, how has it evolved as far as like organizing your prospecting? You know, how are you keeping yourself organized, all the social media and everybody that's reaching out to you and asking you for help, or, you know, how do you do that? Everybody has their ways.
Okay. So, so I have a lot of help, and that's what you guys have to realize too. Like, you may see me doing a lot of stuff, but I have a virtual assistant, and then I have 2 full-time employees. Okay. Because I mean, now I have Mommy Millionaire too. So I have another business that I'm running, but, that's what it looks like now. And so that's what's so great is once you have financial freedom, then you can hire people and it frees you up and you have so much time freedom. Okay. But in the beginning, this is what I did. And if any of you guys are at a 3-star level, get a virtual assistant, you know, to help you with your time. 20 hours a week, 10 to 20 hours a week. Virtual assistants are amazing. If you guys need a good connection for virtual assistants, one of my very best friends owns a virtual assistant company that is insane, amazing. Okay. and I can get you guys that info. But what I did to really help me was, and Kathy Cooper taught me this. So you get and I actually don't have it in the new house. I need to set it up. But it's a filing cabinet, and I did manila folders 1 through 31. And so every time I would sign up somebody, I have them fill out the new associate interview. And let's say they enrolled today. Today's the 18th, right? So I'm setting up their auto ship for the 16th because I always like to do it, 28 days. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill out their new associate interview, and then I'm going to put it in the thing for the 16th. I'm going to put it in a manila folder for the 16th. And so every day I wake up and I go to these manila folders and I open it up. So today's the 18th. I would open up the 18th folder and say, okay, whose auto ship is coming out today? I'm going to call them. And I look over my notes and I say, okay, this is what we talked about last time. This was their goal. This is what I do. So every single month, everybody that's on auto ship or not, they're going to be in these manila folders. So now I do something different because I have an assistant that literally checks everything for me, and she puts it into my Calendly and sets up all my calls. But the manila folder system is so easy. If you guys are just working alone, you just file the new associate interviews in there, and then you wake up every day, and I did this first thing in the morning because I eat the frog. It's like, let's make the hardest calls first thing in the morning. Let's get these auto ship calls over with, and on to the next. So I love that organizing system. And so anytime I would need like a note, like let's say, I talked to somebody and she said, well, call me, I'm going to cleanse on Monday and Tuesday of next week. So I would put a cleanse note for this person, and I would put it in the manila folder system. And on the 15th, I would open it up and go, okay, I got to call this person and check. She told me she was going to cleanse today. So this was just the easiest way. And this is what Kathy Cooper told me to do. And so that's why I did it. And it was the easiest way because it's like I had stuff to do every single day. And I was constantly keeping in touch, and we're still constantly keeping in touch. I mean, now we have an email list, so we reach out to our entire organization, reaching out to them and giving them Isagenix recipes or whatever. But that was just the easiest way because I feel like, with retention, it's so important to make sure that people know that they're important to you. And customer service is a lost art. And so if you can get really good at treating your customers like their family, and remember that they're customers, okay? So you want these customers to stick around for life. And how do you treat customers? You treat them like royalty, right? You're taking care of these people. And so you have to make sure you're talking to them constantly. Does that help with that? That's how I organize. I mean, and then the matrices, just doing that every single day. Don't go to sleep at night until you do your 3x3x3. That was a rule. You just do that. You have to do that.
Love it. Oh my gosh, Cayla, like I am learning here. It's beautiful. Guys, I know that there's at least one person on this call that would like to share just something they've taken away that is really impacting them. So don't be shy. I need one of you to unmute your phone and share it. And if you have any questions before we get off, I want to make sure we value Cayla's time and yours. So if you have any questions, speak up.
Well, I'm not going to hold back, okay?
I had a feeling.
Cayla, you rock it. You always have. Trisha, thanks for hosting her. The brilliance has just been flowing nonstop. I mean, there's one thing after another. Girl, you've got a lot of goodness going on and a lot of genius to share. Thank you for opening up your heart. I love the folder idea. That is something that would help me temporarily until I shift into something else. So thank you. That's a big takeaway for me tonight. And a couple of things that you said on the social media. So I will implement them. Thank you, Cayla.
Yay!
Love ya.
I love you.
One of the questions was, what are the three things
share a
you
little
do tonight? And then Tammy.
Okay, the three things. So the 3x3x3 is 3 new people that you're reaching out to every single day to take a look at Isagenix. So asking them to take a look at a tool. And I use IsaTools still. I love that app. And then meeting 3 new people every single day. So not talking about Isagenix, but just meeting 3 new people every single day. And then 3 follow-ups. So you want to follow up with people within 24 hours. So if they've taken a look at something, you always want to make sure that they're on your schedule to talk to them the next day.
Beautiful.
So that's just, that's income producing activities right there. Those are the main things you always want to do. If you don't do anything else, do that.
Cayla, thank you for helping us. And there's so much for me. I just have to go back and read my notes. I'm new enough that I have to learn it all. But I really appreciated you talking about just pouring love into people. I see that in just everybody I meet. They just don't have enough believers in them. And the more we can do that, the more people just need to be loved, whether they join our business or not. And I just really appreciate you touching on that.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Thank you.
I could tell you have a loving personality.
Oh, thank you. That's very nice.
That's awesome.
I can attest to that. It's true.
Yeah, can I say something?
Yes, of course.
Hey, I just wanted to share that I really, really love the avatar idea. I've never heard of that before either. And like the idea of like, really it's one person you're talking to. Like it's not just your target audience, because I've heard that before, but like you're creating a person that's fictional and like you are talking to her. I think that's going to help me a lot. I've kind of, you probably don't know me, but I did the business for a while and Trisha's downline. And then I had a baby, and once I had my baby, I've taken a break, really, like 16 months. But I've continued to get paid because I worked my booty off for 3 years before. So I'm excited to get back in, and I've had a hard time of realizing, like, who am I talking to now? Who am I now? Like, it's kind of why I've been dragging my feet on getting back into it, is I felt like I didn't know who I was talking to anymore. So I'm really excited to go to your website and look at that and figure out who are my people now, and rebuilding. So, thank you.
Yay! That makes me so happy. And you know what? I had 2 babies while building my Isagenix business, so I get the struggle with that. But you can absolutely, like, reinvent yourself, and then find your new person out there. It's going to be different. It's going to be better. That's awesome.
Oh, I love you, ladies. Thank you for sharing your heart. I know there was a lot of heart in that last comment. So we appreciate you guys being vulnerable. And Cayla, I'm going to let you close. It is so important, guys, that you not only just take the notes here that you've written down and the things that you've been that have been kind of imprinted on your heart. It's so important you take action, and that's what Cayla talked about in the very, very beginning. We're on this call because we want every single person, whether you're already an executive or if you're new, we want you to hit these rapid resets that are, director is just right around the corner, and then executive. And we want you guys to hit this, and it's going to happen if you get real focused and if you find that passion and if you put into action these things that she's teaching us. This is gold, guys. This stuff is gold, but only if you use it and do it. So Cayla, thank you so much, hon. I love, love, love everything you shared, and thank you for showing up tonight so big. Go ahead and close us out, hon.
I love all of you guys. I think you're amazing. And I mean, just like she said, it's just like, don't compare yourself to anybody else on this call right now. Your journey is your journey, and you just got to stay in your lane and keep going. So I think that would be like the number one thing I want you guys to go. It's just, this is your journey, and you get to define success. So if success to you is hitting director next week, go and do it, and just stay focused on that. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. Focus on what you need to do every single day and make your future happen for yourself, because you're the only one. I mean, you're the master of your fate, and that's what you have to realize. So I love all of you guys, and I'm so grateful. I hope all of you guys leave this, go and do a Facebook Live, tag me in it, and I will totally watch it and share some love with you guys.
Beautiful. All right, guys, thank you so much. I did do a post about Cayla on my personal page, so if you want to go back to that and share some takeaways, I would love that. And then we have about 60 planners left. So those that are asking me for the planners, this is a network marketing planner for the 3x3x3 that Cayla talked about. So if you have any questions on that, just PM me and I'll get one to you. All right, love you guys. Have a fabulous week. Let's go for director.
Woo-hoo.
Good night, everybody.